Hey, what's going on, internet, interwebs? This is Will from The Will of Gaming, and welcome to an episode of me trying out a new item. I just bought myself the Blue Yeti microphone. I'm actually recording on it now because of the fact that I love it so much. And so this is the microphone. You guys are going to hear noise because I don't have a shock mount on it. But there's the Blue Yeti microphone. I put my old pop filter on it. That way you don't have to hear any weird sounds or anything like that. What's really cool about this microphone is that it has 4 modes on it. There's 4 little modes that you can work with. And if I pick up the microphone and be as gentle as I can, you're going to see that there are 4 modes. 4 modes are, there's bidirectional, or this is stereo, I believe. Second one is omnidirectional. The third is cardioid. And the last one is bidirectional. So what are the differences between these? Well, we're going to actually go through all these modes and we're going to test it out for ourselves. First off, actually, before we get started, this has a mute button. So right here on the front. So if you look at the front, there's a red light. Of course, this is terrible because I'm using cardioid mode, so you won't be able to hear me very well. But there's a red button here. So it blinks and then you won't hear nobody. Now, I don't have a shock mount, so of course you're going to hear the rattling and it's going to sound like a damn mess. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through all these modes and we're going to find out what happens. So let's get started with the modes. So the first mode that you're actually hearing me in is actually stereo mode. So basically wherever I go, you're pretty much going to hear me. However, like the tests are not working like videos portray it to be. So like normally you can like hear me, I guess if you have certain headphones or something like that, you can just like hear me on all sides equally. It just makes me sound better on this mode. It's supposed to work like I'm just making like if I were to speak on the left side of the mic, you would hear me on the left side of your ear, or if I was to speak on the right side of the mic, you would hear me on the right side of the ear. Next thing we have is omnidirectional, so you can hear me on all sides of the mic regardless. So wherever I go on the mic, you're going to hear me just fine and stuff. Just think of this mic as having like 4 little individual mics and each is representing like a part. So this just turns all of them on. Stereo keeps it all on, but for some reason, I don't know what makes that different, but yeah. Next we have cardioid. And cardioid is the one that everybody uses if you're doing commentary and stuff, so you don't get no backup noises. It basically turns off the 3 back mics, so it turns off the 2 sides and the 1 in the back, and then it just keeps strictly the front on. So the majority of the noise, or the things that it's going to pick up, is in the front. It will still pick up some of the sounds depending on how loud things are in the background, but it'll mostly pick up your voice through here. So the mic is really good. In this aspect, I like it a lot in this mode. A lot of YouTubers do prefer it on cardioid. This is definitely a plus. And then finally, the last one is bidirectional, which if I'm doing an interview with somebody, I'm speaking in the front, but in the back, they also equally hear me, but the 2 sides are turned off, so you don't really hear me very well. So if I'm like, hello, how are you doing today? How are you? Everything is wonderful. I love it. You're not really going to hear it too well unless if I'm directly in front of it. But if I'm directly behind it, also, you will also hear me just as good as you would hear me in the front. So yeah, but it turns off the sideways. So this is definitely good for interview purposes and things like that. I probably sound really, really loud by the wavelengths that I see here. But this is basically it with no filters. If I were to add a filter to this, oh my God, it would sound brilliant and amazing. So I'm using Audacity, of course, to record this. Simple, just recording software. So here's some of my personal first impressions with this microphone. I love how it's plug and play. I love how it has a mute button. I like how it works on everything. It's just a simple mic. It sounds really good. I love the fact that it's on a stand. I love the fact that it's made out of metal. I love the fact that it has multi-uses and that you can plug it in onto mic stands and things like that. It's a huge plus. I guess the only con that I technically have with it, when my PlayStation 4 is on, it still hears the fan. That bothers me. Even if I have it on cardioid where the back mics are completely turned off, but the front mic is on, it will, because the PlayStation is so loud. But that's not the microphone's fault. That's just the fact that the PlayStation is loud. I was just hoping that it would just like cancel the back. So I didn't really do my research on that one. But yeah, so it's not really good in that department. The only other reason is that this mic is a little bit tall. Not necessarily that's a bad thing, but it's really tall for when I'm playing a game. And I guess lastly, this mic is definitely worth purchase. If you guys are into commentary, you guys want to create a YouTube channel, you want a commentary, you really want a good mic and you don't know where to look, I definitely recommend the blue Yeti microphone. They have it in 2 colors. It's the gray, the one that I have, and then they have it in black, which is another really cool color. They also have other versions, like there's a Snowball. The price ranges for these things are definitely, they round out. So sometimes you can get lucky and get it for like $30, but that's like extremely lucky. But usually you can get around 80 for it used. Like if you go on eBay, you can get it for like 80 something dollars. If you go on Amazon, it's like 111 right now. And if you go to stores, normally it's like 120. So I got this for 120, but the reason why I got this is because basically it's like I got it for 100 because I got a $30 gift card with it from Best Buy, and I shop there often. So it's like, hey, $30 off my next video game purchase. I recommend this to anybody who just wants to commentate. It's looking for a microphone, a nice little stand to put it in. The only thing is that it could just be a little too big for people, but honestly I think that that's pretty much the only complaint that this has. This also has a headphone jack on the bottom. You can plug it in and listen to whatever it's plugged into. That's cool. It's like its own little sound card. It's like this microphone can do a lot. So for the price that you're purchasing it, you get quality. If you guys like the quality, you know, give it a thumbs up. And share, subscribe if you guys are interested in seeing more video game videos, more commentary videos. Be sure to subscribe to The Will of Gaming. And if you guys want to hear me, I guess, talk about life and everything that inhabits it, be sure to follow The Will of Vlogging channel. Thank you guys for watching the first impressions of this blue Yeti microphone. I really hope that you guys enjoy it. I give this a 2 thumbs up, and I hope you guys, if you do decide to ultimately purchase it, I hope you guys enjoy it. Be sure to leave me questions as well if you have any questions on the microphone, and I will try my best to answer those questions. All right, bye-bye now.